All right, plain and simple. Whoever told you guys that RVing was just campfires and s'mores lied. Stand by. All right, guys, so what's up and welcome back to the channel. As I said a second ago, whoever told you guys, or if you guys ever got the impression that RVing and camping was all just fun and games, traveling from one point to another and having a good time, it's not true. It's not true. Yes, those days do come. Those days do happen, and RVing is fun and visiting new places is fun, but it doesn't always come without a few little hiccups. Okay, if you've been following my channel, if you've been following the journey thus far, you'll know that when we were in San Antonio, Texas, we had a little mishap. We had a little mishap with the RV. Somehow or another, we hit something, and it damaged this quarter panel right here, or this little area right here. Okay, it's fixed. Yes, it's a little dirty right now, but it's hanging in there. I did a pretty good job. You could barely tell. Well, I'm giving myself credit. I think I did a good job. But so enough on that. That's holding up pretty good. That came out okay. When I get home later at the end of the season, I may revisit this. I may order this whole new piece and just fix it again, or fix it more finished. But let's jump to some new business here. Now, obviously this is a video, and first of all, let me tell you guys, we're still in Arizona. We're in Page, Arizona, and this is a standalone video for a reason. I didn't want to involve the Arizona video with what happened to us last night. So for the last 2 nights, we've been experiencing a bunch of bad weather. Bad weather meaning sustained winds of about 25 to 30 mile an hour with gusts up to about 60. Okay, at least that's what the news said. And I got to be honest with you, I think they were either spot on with the estimates, or they may have even been a little bit short on those estimates. We experienced some winds last night that, whenever you have winds that cause damage, you know they were substantial. Let me show you guys what I got going on here. All right, let me show you guys the overall mess that I got going on here, and then I'll break it down. So I got a bicycle propping up a ladder up against the bottom of that quarter panel. I got straps, I got wood, I got all kinds of stuff going on. So let me tell you guys what happened last night. It was about almost 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. We were getting such bad winds that the RV was just rocking and rolling all over the place. But one of the noise, I heard a noise inside the RV that kind of like scared me. It sounded like metal. So I came out to the RV. Turns out, now mind you, if you guys have seen other videos, this is the honey wagon, which usually hangs way up here. It's down here for a reason. I'll get to that in a second. So I come out of the coach, and this entire panel right here, and I'll get to this damage here in a minute. This entire panel, all the way up to the wheel, was completely flipped out, okay? Was completely bowed out and just slamming in the wind. What happened was, this thing is held on by a couple of screws, and I'll show you guys that. All right, so I'm underneath the coach now, looking at the panel from underneath. If you can see this hole here, there's another one way back at the back. There's this one right here, and then there's another one right here. Now, right underneath, you'll see that there's a screw right there. Okay, so the metal didn't break, thank God. I got it in time. I was out here in time. The metal didn't break, but what did happen was, since that hole was pre-made from the factory and the head of the screw was, I mean, I didn't measure it, but they're almost identical. What happened was the strong wind came in from the back, got underneath that metal piece, and just ripped it out. Now, that in itself is no big deal. It's no big deal. Same screws, pull them out, add a few fender washers, voila, we're done. And by the way, on the other side of the coach, while I was down there last night with a flashlight, now mind you, all this was happening at 10 o'clock at night. And it was cold. So, and it was windy, and I had Myrna out here helping me, who weighs about $105, and it was 50-mile-an-hour winds. So you could tell if she wasn't holding on, we'd have to send our search party out for her today. But the wind was coming in from the back here. Somehow it got underneath and it just pushed against this little metal piece, which is very flimsy, by the way. That metal is very flimsy. So I had to go out here. I had to go to my truck, pull out a bunch of these straps that you see all over here, okay, and somehow rig them, opened up the compartments, strapped them around, tied them down to the spare tire, put some wood across in order to hold the metal, because I couldn't obviously fix it last night at 10 o'clock at night. So all I needed was it to last me till morning, till now. Okay, I got to get down here now, and like I said, it's not that difficult of a repair, but it's these little things that come up, and you have to be able to be a little handy, and you have to be able to do road repair. Okay. I have a friend back home who, when he would come by every so often, right before season 1, and he would ask me, "Man, you're taking that, and what do you need this for, and what do you need that for?" Well, they're tools, and you got to have a set of tools. You got to have a little bit of everything, because you never know what you're going to need. I mean, I'm going to be doing aluminum work now this morning. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna. The screws should be no problem, like I just mentioned, a few fender washers. But look what I got to do here now. I got to take this strip off. I got to take the caulking off. I got to see if I can put this back in there, okay, without bending this piece of sheet metal. It got pulled out from here, so I'm going to have to release this. I'm going to have to take this off, which is funny because I've already got a little bit of experience since I had to fix the other side, so I know how this works. I'm going to have to take all that out, tuck the metal back in, replace it, and then put it back together. And I'm going to bring you guys that video. I'm going to try and video some of it just to give you guys an idea that this isn't all fun and games. This isn't all fun and games. We're out here, we're having fun, we're having a good time, and then you get nights like last night. And the winds are so bad that they actually cause damage. So that's when you know that it's serious business. Coupled with the fact that these things aren't built. I mean, we bought a Keystone product, a Montana, which was highly, it was rated pretty high. It was up there in the quality and in workmanship, but they're all the same. They're all the same. I mean, yes, the winds were pretty high, but I don't think they were high enough to cause the problem that we have. So having said all that, and we're going to get to the repairs in a minute. I'm going to try and bring you guys the best I can. Let me show you what I had to do, okay, to stop or to minimize the damage that was occurring. Check this out. All right, so this is what I did. I took the honey wagon, which obviously hangs way up there, and I brought it down. Now, let me tell you what the problem was. The problem was that we're up on this little mountain. We're kind of like, I don't know, 20, 30 feet up higher than the regular grade down there. So the wind comes up, and we happen to be right on the edge of that. Okay, so I'm not sure if you're a little bit closer towards the middle of the park, if this would have even been an issue. For us, it was banging. I mean, it was moving this coach. I took in all the slides. Okay, I just brought them out this morning. Even though the wind is still howling this morning, it's not as bad as last night. But these slides, I brought them in. This one is still in. Okay, I brought in all the slides. I was trying to minimize the damage. So I brought this down to stop the wind from going. I put this chair here. I just did whatever I could, basically with what I had at my disposal, with what I had to work with. So that's what I got going on today. I got this issue going on, and we're gonna get to work. We're gonna get to work, and I'm gonna see if I can bring you guys the repair. But I wanted to make this an isolated video. I didn't want it I didn't want it as part of the Page Arizona video for those that don't like this kind of stuff. If you don't, just click out. All right, so first things first. As you guys notice, if you look around us, here's the rig now. If you look around us, I actually moved sites. We're only going to be here 2 more days, but we were up at the top of the hill. It almost seemed like the wind was killing us. So here's my backdrop now. We actually moved, we switched sites. I'm trying to just minimize the damage. So let's get started. All right, so I was able to put everything back without bending the metal. And look at this. This is just so flimsy. It was actually slid on there and just put on with caulking. I'm gonna take this off in a little while, not to bore you guys, and clean it up very well so that I can put fresh caulking on it and hold it, or silicone, and so hold it in place. But okay, so I believe that this was the hard part because I needed to get it back on here without bending the metal. It's already attached down there. Now I'm going to go down and I'm going to show you guys the bolts and what I have planned for it. All right, so the final touches before I go to silicone. Here's the screws that I got to take off. It's got to go through there. Okay, I got that one, I got this one, I got that one, and then I got a farther one down the road there. So this I could probably take off with my my drill, but I don't want to mess with the metal. So I'm going to use a ratchet set, and I'm not gonna bore you guys, or I'm going to use a socket wrench. I'm not going to bore you guys with the frivolous stuff. I'll show you the finished product. All right, so just my luck. I knew this was going to happen. So here's the screw that goes under there. I want to use these fender washers. Basically, I want to use stuff that I carry with me that I had. They don't fit. The screw's too big. So basically, I'm going to work with what I got. I'm just going to bore that out. I'm going to try and bore that out. Let's see how this works. All right. Not sure how this is going to work, but we're sure going to give it a try. We are sure going to give it a valiant effort. A little bit more. Just one more. They have a winner. All right. Four more. All right. Worked like a charm. Probably better than factory. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually repeat the process on the other side. One of them already fell off. One of them already ripped out. So I'm going to go ahead and just add the washers to the other side to avoid this issue ever from happening again. And then the final step will be the silicone, and then we'll be done. All right, so here you go. This is the other side, completely finished. Just like that side over there is completely finished. All right, guys, so here's the finished product. Let me see if I can get this out of the way real quick because the wind is picking up again. So we are done. This is the finished product. The caulking, you can actually see it. You know, it's a little bit pronounced, but that's simply because it's new. There's caulking all over this coach, and it's all red from clay and dirt. So hopefully when that gets dirty, it'll blend in, but the project is done. Here you go. And it's windy again, but it's done. We got it done. All right, so consider this video my public service announcement. That doesn't mean that what happened to us is going to happen to you guys, but just be aware that if you own an RV, and I don't care what manufacturer you have, Montana, Grand Design, I don't care. They all have these skirts underneath, and they're designed to be pulled from the front, obviously, okay? And wind, the aerodynamics of it is designed for the wind to come underneath it and out the back. If you're stopped somewhere and you're camping somewhere and you have the winds as high as the ones that we experienced yesterday and it's coming in from the rear, chances are you're gonna have this problem. So I hope somewhere along the line, this video helps somebody. And I hope I hope it helps somebody from going through what we went through. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See you at the next one.